All right, welcome in Portland SportsBeat Extra. I am PJ Miller. Along with me is Brad Stein, and great. We're out here at the Central Hotel. Brad, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I almost got rear-ended, so this could have been a real bad day. It was a big, huge Ford truck, so I probably would have been here. It was a close call, so I'm still a little frightened, but I'll be all right.
What is it with the I don't know if it's like the early nights or what it is, but it seems like traffic just before Christmas is always horrible. And people are like really short-tempered.
They're driving like animals. I feel like it's the East Coast again, or at least L.A.
So
I don't like what
explain the difference in the driver between New York and Oregon. We've talked about this a couple of times.
Okay, it's very simple. The people from New York, they will beep their horn, they will get out of the car, they will bright you, they will curse at you. They're very, very aggressive. Here, they're very passive aggressive. If you beat them, it's more like it's like that face. But now I'm starting to see a little bit more aggressiveness, and I think it's because a lot of people here are transplants, like me. I think that's the issue that we're having here. So usually they're very passive aggressive. Here, you'll just see them get mad. The only fingers and horns I ever get are from women. No offense back there, but yes, some of the women are just nasty drivers, but I still love them. Yeah.
All right, we are out here at the Central Hotel off of Lombard here in St. John's, right next to the St. John Bridge. We can look out the window here and we can see the St. John's Bridge out here. Looks very nice. I still St. John's Bridge. I don't know if you got a chance to look at it. It has to be the best looking bridge in Portland.
It's nice, but I don't really enjoy driving over bridges. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always liked that. Like when I was younger, you always get to drive over the bridge. I always liked that. Being able to look down. And my dad hated it.
He hated it. Oh, yeah. I don't hate it. I just don't love it. I used to like it. But yeah, it happens to be a beautiful bridge.
It is. I think it's the best looking one. And it's really old too. And it has the most structurally sound, they say, as well, even though it's like the oldest. So it's a really great view out here. And again, we are out here at the Central Hotel.
Do we get to keep this?
I don't know. Do you think you can squeeze into it?
I don't know.
It's a medium.
No.
So they have a great bar out here. You can kind of see behind us here. They have a bar.
You'll see bad Baywatch.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of the Blazer game. They have a couple of TVs up, so you can watch the Blazer game. They have the restaurant over on this side where families are welcome, and we also got the bar behind us, which is 21 and over. So lots to do out here. It's a very big. I know that they have some dinner jazz playing some nights. So
and they have sweet potato fries, and they're gluten free for us celiac idiots. So it makes it very pleasurable, and I appreciate the staff because they made sure it was gluten-free for me.
Yeah, nice. It's a great place, very accommodating.
Very accommodating.
The staff here is wonderful. They've been nothing but kind to us. So, and they even have these crazy straws where they have little swirlies on them.
Yeah, they can make you dizzy, but it reminds me of a carnival.
Yes,
I like that.
Yeah,
and cotton candy. Yes. Those are good times.
It's like the old swizzle stick.
PJ, we have a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
Unfortunately, the Blazers went down, but they still have one of the best records in the NBA. What are they, 22-5 now? Does that sound about right?
Yes.
22-5?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We have the top 5 stories of the day. We'll start with 5. We'll work our way all the way to number 1. And, of course, NFL action. We're getting close to the playoffs, so we'll talk about which teams are in, which teams are not going to be in. And later, we'll talk a little bit. That's a surprise. So that's the tease right there. Can't really tell you, but there's a lot. So
we got a lot. I'm really looking forward to a little bit of Blazer talk later.
Yeah.
This Blazer team has just got me really excited.
It is. I'm going to ignore this loss today. It's not a big deal.
It's not. It's
winning 3 out of 4 on the road.
And this was a back-to-back after
back-to-back.
2 tough games. So, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. I don't want to get into it too much right now. But, yeah, this Blazer team is very exciting. It's a young team still. So, it's just really good. And there's a lot of people saying some good stuff about the Blazers.
Right. So we'll talk about how sustainable this is and a little bit about a guy named Damian Lillard. Yeah. Have you heard about him?
I don't know. I got a good question for you that I'm gonna pose to you later.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a conundrum.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start with top. We're going to start with the top 5 stories.
Yes.
We're going to 5. We're going to go to 4, and we're going to work our way all the way to what number, Natasha? You got it. 1.
Number 1.
Thank you for the verbal.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Just the 1. Lucky she gave me this figure and not another one because we don't want that figure. Number 5. Home plate collisions might be abolished in Major League Baseball. So what basically is going to happen, PJ, is the runners will have to slide into home and the catchers can't block the play. Where are you on this?
When I originally thought about it, I'm like, I really like having that ability to be able to run a catcher over it. It makes for a dramatic play, probably one of the most dramatic plays in all of baseball. That and the suicide squeeze would probably be the two most.
Yeah.
But when I really think about what it means and the inherent risks, I just don't really think it's worth it. It goes back to like football. If you're going to hit someone up high and you're going to hit him in the head, it's really just not worth the risk. It doesn't do that much for the game, and it doesn't happen enough
It
to where
does
it's
do a lot
going
for
to.
the game, though.
It doesn't affect it enough. So I think it's a good rule to just go ahead and get rid of it.
All right, see, I'm the complete opposite, and I will always be like this. How can you take the only part of physicality out of Major League Baseball? That's what makes this a sport, right? That's the difference between baseball and golf now. And I am so opposed to this. Here's a true fact. More players get injured, outfielders, by colliding with walls than they do with home plate collisions. So why are we going to abolish this? Pete Rose, the late Ty Cobb, would regurgitate in his own grave if he heard about this. They made a living on a base path. This is very exciting. And for us guys who like the physicality of baseball, if baseball's so against changing everything, changing the history of the game, why are they going to do something like this? I think it's completely unnecessary. How many collisions do we have? Maybe one every 5-7 games in Major League Baseball? How many injuries do you have? Yeah, if that. Maybe one every 10-15. What do you have? Maybe 1-2 injuries a week? A year? If that? Yeah, you don't have that many injuries, so why are you going to take something away like this? Just because maybe you're afraid of lawsuit, you want to be kind of what the National Football League's going to? Think about safety. I just think it's wrong. Pete Rose, those were some of the most exciting home plate collisions of all time. It's unnecessary. If Major League Baseball wants to do something like this, why don't they just make all the walls in the outfield Nerf or rubber so nobody gets hurt?
They do put a lot of padding on them.
They do sometimes, and sometimes they don't. Wrigley Field's not padding.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them that aren't padding. Yeah. So it's not a good idea. Come on. Is it for Buster Posey? Is that why we're installing this?
I think he brought it to light.
He brought it to light.
He's a franchise.
Do you remember when that happened?
Yeah.
That was 2011.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened the following year? He won the MVP.
Yeah. But he was also lost for a year.
He was lost for a year, right. He was lost for a year, and what the injury was, his ankle?
His leg. He broke his
leg. He broke his leg.
Yeah.
He broke his leg.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Keep it. It's tradition of the game. If they're going to do this, and you might as well eliminate, let's say a month of the season. That way September will be the new October baseball. We could have more football concentrate on that.
I think everyone would go with that, though.
Right. Everyone wants it. And put a pitch clock so they only have 15 seconds. And how about each player can only adjust their crotch once? How about that? We might as well. Major League Baseball want to install all these new rules. Let's do that.
Yeah. Well, remember when they tried to institute the only 1 foot out of the box?
Yes.
That didn't last very long.
No. Oh, okay.
But and this is the part that's hard about it is that if as a catcher you want to avoid that, don't block the plate. You can still avoid it.
There you go.
If you don't block the plate and he runs into you, that's an automatic out.
Honestly, I played catcher in softball because I also pitched. So some games I wouldn't pitch, and there was almost a home plate collision. You know what I did? I got out of the way.
Yeah.
I had a bad shoulder. I had a torn shoulder. I needed rotator cuff surgery. I wasn't going to take it. Actually, I kind of wanted to, but I didn't. So,
all right, let's move on to number 4.
Move on, number 4. Would you rather place a bet on Tony Romo in December or a guy named Jim Schwartz and his Detroit Lions team in December? Ooh, that's a tough one.
Right now I would go with Romo just because
Yes.
I think he's got the skill to win, even though he makes some poor decisions and some things happen
makes poor
incorrectly.
decisions?
I don't know. Let's
Occasionally.
throw the ball when we've been running the ball at like a 9-yard clip.
You got to blame that on Garrett and Callahan too for calling those plays.
Even he came out and said that it
the
was
last one, the interception, right? But it wasn't his choice to throw the ball all those opportunities in the second half.
Well,
it was a game plan.
Yeah, but there is still some of that where he probably changed those plays at the line of scrimmage.
Of course.
Most quarterbacks, especially tenured ones, get 2 plays when they get a call in, and they get to decide. Okay, if it's a run, if that run is stopped, if that's what the coach really wants, they give them a backup play so that they can run something else and get out of whatever they were doing. So they give him 2 plays.
Right.
So he's
So blame it on Jason
2.
Garrett for giving him the power to override the play.
Well,
how about that?
Jerry Jones is who
And
should
Jerry
be
Jones, all of them.
because
he should be the first
Garrett,
one out.
Does Garrett? This is the bigger question: how much power does Garrett really have? When they
Not
took
much.
when they took the play calling away from him, what did that really mean to him? How much do those players respect him and that offensive coordinator? How much is he like, hey, screw you, I get it. I'm the offensive coordinator. I get to call whatever I want. So.
Oh, there's the
Thank
debacle in Dallas. I
Yeah.
love it. Thank you, Tony Romo. We appreciate it.
Did you? I'll go to.
I-
Did you hear the story about him talking about the Dallas Cowboys and how he runs the Dallas Cowboys? Because his money comes from oil and gas.
Yes.
And he's like, I run the Cowboys the exact same way I run my business. We take a lot of risks. We hit a lot of home runs, and then there's a lot of ups and downs with this. Is that really how you want your owner to run it? Do you think that's the way that the Patriots run it?
Nope. It's completely different.
And really haven't since probably the Aikman days, it's been mostly down.
But I heard Marcellus Wiley was backing Jerry Jones, saying that he's a wonderful owner just because he cares so much about his players.
Does.
And that's great. I'd appreciate that, but I want to win. That's what
Yeah.
the bottom line is, winning. I want to be in an organization like you mentioned, New England, Pittsburgh, a real organization. Dallas is a joke since those Troy Aikman days. It really is.
Yeah.
It's an absolute joke. I will go with the Dallas Cowboys too on that because they might be below 500 with Romo, but Jim Schwartz and the Lions have a 7-game losing streak in December. They
Yeah.
haven't won a game. That's awful.
And
that's the worst. That's the longest
Yeah.
streak in the NFL. It's
and
the
you
worst.
never feel comfortable with either of them winning, but you know that on the field there's a different feeling with Dallas. If you figure they're going to be ahead at least, and then they're going to give it away.
They have
at the
a
end.
chance to
Yeah,
win, right?
But
You always have a
Detroit,
chance.
you just figure that it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So
Never. Number 3. Shin Soo Choo just turned down an offer from the New York Yankees, 7 years, $140 million. I'm going to do the math in my head. I believe that's $20 million a year. Was that a mistake by Shin Soo Choo?
Well, it really depends on what kind of atmosphere he wants to be in. If he wants to be in New York, then a lot of players want to be in a setting like that, and that's a lot of money, $20 million a year. It's ridiculous.
Guaranteed.
But there are people
It's
out. Yeah, there are people out there who don't want to play in that kind of atmosphere. They don't want to be in New York. They don't want to have the pressure of the media. They don't like how that organization is run, and because there's so much turnover, there's so much pressure, and they just don't like that atmosphere. They want to go play in a Texas. They want to go play in Anaheim or the Dodgers or somewhere where it's a little bit more relaxed. Go down and play
much
in
more
Florida.
relaxed LA Dodgers.
Well,
but
yeah.
no, I see what you're saying, and I totally agree. I wouldn't want to play in the New York media, but if you're Shin Soo Choo, you're 31 years old, you're a good player, you're not great, there's only one real team that's interested. That's the Houston Astros. So if it's Houston Astros, Yankees, come on. Do you have a good opportunity to win if you're in Houston?
No, probably not.
No, probably not. You have a much better chance to win with the Yankees and their resources. And don't you want to win? You're already guaranteed $140 million. Take the money. I think it's a huge mistake. I wouldn't want to be in Houston. If it's that you're comparing caviar and hot dogs.
But it goes back to the quality of
And I don't
life.
like hot dogs.
Yeah, it's quality of life. Some people want to live in a place like Houston. There's no income tax there either.
Then obviously, are you a real athlete if you want to play in a losing organization when you have the opportunity, the same amount of money to play with the New York Yankees?
Some people want to change a program. Some people want to change a team and make them winners.
You're not going to one batter or a 30-year-old guy is not going to change a team.
No.
Number 2. Pacers Heat game tonight was a statement game for both teams. Do you agree? I don't. This is only a statement game for the Indiana Pacers. The Miami Heat are smart. They know it only really counts in June. That's when Miami makes their statement, in June, not right now. That's why I wouldn't have been shocked if LeBron James did not play. He did play. It is not. It is big for Indiana because how many titles have they won?
Zero.
Right. They've won 0. Miami Heat have won 2 in a row. They've been to 3 NBA Finals in a row. So this game meant a lot for Indiana. But for the Miami Heat, they're waiting for June.
Yeah, when you're coming off back-to-back championships, all that really matters is the playoffs. They just want to get into the playoffs. I don't even think they care about home court advantage at this point. They want to be a top 4 seed. Yeah. They want to play at home for the first round. But after that, they really don't care. They've already proven that they can go into anybody. Yeah, they can win on the road. I don't think it really matters to them. I think it means more for Indiana than it does for Miami because Indiana wants to get over that hump. They want to have the feeling when they go into these games in the playoffs that they've already beaten Miami and that they have that ability. So that's why it's important for Indiana. Miami, it goes back to the Spurs. You look at the Spurs, they don't really care about these regular season games, especially when you get in the middle to the late part of the year. They're going to sit their guys, and they're going to say, you know what, it's more important for us to be ready to go playoff time than it is to get a couple of wins during the regular season.
That's what the good veteran teams do.
Yep.
That's the Miami Heat and the San Antonio Spurs. But for a team like Indiana, can you blame them? I guess you really can't. This is their championship now until guy's great right here. You, yeah, you. You are funny.
Testing one, 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, 1 2, test 1 2, 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. 1 2, test 1 2. 1 2, testing.
We're
Hello out there. We are hanging out here at the Central Hotel in St. John's. And I just so happen to be sitting next to the owner here, Brent. How's it going, Brent?
pretty good, Natasha.
Awesome. This is an awesome location out here in St. John's. I love the area. It's like very old school. We were just talking about that earlier, how it feels like I've just stepped into like an old movie or something. It's an amazing location.
It is a great location. We're right here in the heart of St. John's, right on the plaza in the center of the business district. It's kind of a unique neighborhood business area, a little bit different than a lot of the other neighborhoods here in Portland. And we really like it here.
Most definitely, and super easy access. They're right off of the St. John's Bridge. I think the last time I was over here actually was during the Portland Bridge pedal. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's really awesome. You pedal your heart out for 32 miles, and you actually come all the way across the St. John's Bridge. It's like one of the last bridges you cross, and you would be the first thing you see almost when you cross that bridge. So next time, hopefully I do it this year, I'm gonna be waving at you guys. I'm going to be looking for you, Brent, to be out there waving at me, just so you know.
Well, you should stop in for a break. We had several cyclists stop in for a beer or a refreshment in the middle of their pedal.
There you go. Planted an idea in my head. That just might happen. Okay, so I hear that you actually have live music here as well. Is that right?
We do a lot of live music. Most of our music is during the dinner hour here in the dining room. If you can see behind me, we have a baby grand piano. And we do a lot of jazz and some acoustic blues primarily, but we're always looking to expand our offerings.
Amazing. You guys are also open to families as well. So this isn't just an adult scene. I hear you guys also have a dining room as well so that families can come in together and hang out, possibly listen to some music.
Yeah, we have our back room here is open to minors, and it's also a great event space that people can book for large parties. We do catering as well, so you can make arrangements for in-house for a party, or we also do off-site catering.
That's right. that back room, and the first thing I did when I got here was actually go to that ping pong table, and I was playing my mom, and she won. But Brent, you know how that goes. Sometimes you have to let your parents win, just so that they feel better. But we're gonna keep that between me and you, Brent, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you.
Valley Catholic High School will host its 2013 open house on Sunday, October 13th from 1 to 4. Valley Catholic, the 2012 and 2013 winner of the Oregonian Cup, Oregon's top 3A school in academics, activities, athletics, and sportsmanship. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Educational excellence that honors the unique gifts of each student. That's Valiant.
All right, we are here at Central Hotel in St. John's, just a little bit north of Portland, North Portland. We are out here for what is it's been a great night. Brad and I, while Natasha was doing that interview, we decided to go into the back room, and they got some pool tables and some ping pong, and we played a little ping pong back there. It was pretty evenly matched. I don't think any of us are great. We're not going to be going to the Olympics or anything.
No, I played a 101-year-old lady who I used to work with. Not kidding, my resident. This lady was so good. But then I started getting embarrassed. You know what I did? I took it to heart that this woman was beating me. So I started doing kill shots and dirty serves. And I started beating this lady so bad. She started going, oh, my hips are hurting. And you know what I did? I started hitting it harder because I'm competitive. And I felt really disgusted with myself. That
Afterwards?
I would actually do that to an old lady. But really, if I didn't do that, she would have beat me. I couldn't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah.
That was the last time I played ping pong, but that was fun.
Ping
Yeah,
pong,
we
yeah.
both stink. So.
Yeah, so if you want to come out, they have the bar, which you can see behind us. They also have adjacent over here. They have a restaurant area where all ages are welcome. And they got some pool tables and some ping pong tables back there. I saw a couple of big screen TVs over there. So you want to come watch a Blazer game? This is definitely one of the places to come. I'm sure on Sundays they'll have the NFL going on in the on some of those screens. So definitely a place to come hang out and have a little fun, have some food. Mm-hmm. They had some great hummus that we had earlier. So
you had earlier.
Yes.
I'm
you can't
happy
have
you enjoyed
hummus.
It.
Yes.
Not anymore, but it is gluten-free, but I can't do the sesames. We're not going to get into my dietary issues. But I can smell it. So using your nasal passages, it's just like eating it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
You can taste it a little bit.
Absolutely.
All right, let's
smell it, I can taste it. How about some hot Blazer talk, okay? 22-5 now. They lost. I know. It's horrible, horrendous. In Minnesota, you had the Kevin Love versus LaMarcus Aldridge. A little... Who's the MVP? Who's the better power forward? We've already talked about this. We both said we would take LaMarcus, but boy, Kevin Love's pretty darn good, and he's getting better.
Every week,
good
yeah.
player.
Yeah. Would you trade LaMarcus for Kevin Love?
No.
Neither would I.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I don't know if Kevin Love would fit as well as LaMarcus does on the Blazers.
No, and they basically built this team around LaMarcus Aldridge.
Exactly.
They got it. because he can play inside and out.
So
and
can
they got
Love.
a bunch. And they got a bunch of. Love is not as good down low as LaMarcus.
Not
Aldridge.
as good,
LaMarcus is the best low post power forward right now in the game.
Absolutely. But Love is probably a better rebounder, and LaMarcus
Yeah.
is doing a heck of a job on the
Stat
boards.
wise, Love is better than LaMarcus.
He's a better
Aldridge.
passer, too, than LaMarcus.
Yeah, he is.
But I like LaMarcus's defense is a little bit better.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody. Have you seen him do like those full court two-handed chest passes? Like, I swear, if you put $1 out on the court, he would be able to hit it. It is ridiculous. And, they used to show these videos back when he went to Lake Oswego High School where he would just shoot all these shots, and it would be just like a two-handed chest pass. He would do it from full court and just make shots.
Did you see him play in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was he that good in high school?
Yeah, he was good.
How
Did
tall-
you ever, did you
how
ever,
tall was he?
He was, he's probably like 6'8", 6'9".
Okay.
So
he just grew a couple inches.
yeah, he didn't grow that much. But, he had I went to Putnam High School, and he had one of those games where he went and dunked the ball and broke the backboard.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So that was, I saw that video.
He's an extraordinary player.
Yeah,
You can't
he
take
is.
anything away from
No,
him. He's
and
great.
really, when you look at his body and the way he transformed from when he was in high school,
He was real thin.
No, he was really big.
He was huge.
Yeah, he was a really big guy. He had a lot of weight. And when he went to UCLA, and then after he got done at UCLA, he has slimmed down quite a bit. He's become very fit, runs the court very, very well. So he's done a good job of transforming who he is and his body. But I still would take LaMarcus Aldridge over Kevin Love.
Absolutely.
Even though stats say that Kevin Love is a better player.
Right, that's what stats. But
Yeah.
and numbers never lie, right? Numbers never lie. It looks like Kevin Love might be a Laker because that's what we've been hearing for, I'd say, the last year and a quarter, year and a half. That Kevin
Him or
Love,
Carmelo.
Yeah, him and Carmelo, whatever. So maybe that will happen. He's still got another year in his contract, right? After this season,
Yeah.
he still has one more year, so it's not
Yeah.
going to
Well, I
happen
think
for
he
a
has an
while.
opt-out.
Yeah. It's great that the Blazers were finally starting to get national attention, and they started getting it yesterday as ESPN called up Damian Lillard and wanted to find out about that buzzer beater. And I'm watching some of the shows just randomly, selecting them, talk shows, national. Now everyone's talking about the Blazers because when they were 22-4, that was yesterday, how can you ignore this? The best record in the NBA, they just keep rolling, and here they are on this road trip. And they won 3 straight games until they lost today. But they still won 3 of 4, which is amazing.
Yeah, and what's really amazing about this team and what really shocks me is their ability to win in different ways. They've been able to play these games where they've shot, 42, 41%, and they still come out and win the game. They had a game, I think they made 5 3-pointers. And really what's carried them throughout this run has been their 3-point shooting. But they have been able to turn these games where they don't shoot well, or LaMarcus or Lillard is having a bad game, someone else steps up. Every game there is someone who has been able to step up. You look at not tonight, but the last game.
Last night.
Yeah, when the
Second chance
Freeland.
points.
Well, Freeland, and that
Freeland
was
was a
5
beast.
offensive rebounds, total of 7 rebounds. Came in. Lopez is injured.
In 20 minutes.
Yeah, you can't ask for anything better. And if you look at what Freeland did last year, he was
terrible.
he was terrible.
Oh,
no one,
I
everyone was
never
like,
thought
"Hey,
he would be this good."
England,
Never.
just send him back."
Exactly.
He's
I'm
not
so
gonna do
shocked. I
anything.
think he's the biggest shock.
Yeah,
the biggest
definitely.
surprise, the most pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Lopez, I thought was solid. He's a lot better than we all thought. But you're right. The British Bulldog is the biggest surprise, and he made such a big difference. They just killed, and that's how they won the game yesterday, with second chance points.
Yep.
So it's been second chance points. It's been 3-pointers. It's been down low, inside. They've, like you said, a plethora of different ways to win the game. That's what is making this Blazer team so amazing. And then, of course, when you have a guy like Damian Lillard who has ice-cold water in that guy's veins, where he just holds his composure, and he's so clutch. Is he clutch?
Yeah, when you
Is it
win
clock?
2 games at the, we'll say it's at the buzzer, but I think there was 0.4 in one game and 0.1
That's
left.
his 4th game-winning shot this
Yeah.
season. 4th.
Here's
Some
a stat.
players only have 4 in the whole season, and that's still solid.
Yeah.
He has 4 already.
I think he's shooting, and I saw the stat, and I hope I'm saying it right. 14 of 17 in overtime this year.
I didn't see that
That's a
stat.
ridiculous shooting percentage in overtime.
They say within the last couple minutes of fourth quarter overtime, along with LeBron James, he has the best field goal percentage in clutch time.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. When you're in that category with the King.
Yeah, and I think he's only missed 1 free throw all year.
And
in the fourth
LaMarcus
quarter.
is also in category with the King. He's won 3 straight Player of the Week awards.
2 straight and 3
No,
total.
3 straight.
2 straight.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
2 straight and 3
But
in
no
the
one's
last
done that
4.
since 2006. 3
Yeah.
out of the last 4.
Yeah.
No one has done that since 2006.
And I
that
think
was
it's
LeBron James.
It's 4 in the calendar year because he won one last year too.
Right.
After the new year. So
True.
So yeah, and LaMarcus Aldridge, we talked about comparing him and Kevin Love, and there's no way that he doesn't make the All-Star team this year. But I think one of the things that I'm going to really look at is, there's no doubt that he's not going to get voted on. There's no way that he's going to get that popular vote. How is he going to make it on the team? Is he going to be an alternate, or is he going to make it on there before Kevin Love? What do the coaches think about
that's so tough.
who he is? But I think the bigger question is going to be, if the Blazers continue to play the way that they are, and Damian Lillard keeps playing at the level he's at, do the Blazers get 2 guards on there? Because if you look at the West and you look at the guard rotation, Kobe Bryant and Chris Paul are probably going to win the vote. So then you have
Why is
Westbrook.
Kobe Bryant going to win the vote? How many games has he played? 5?
Yeah. But he'll win the vote, just like
I know. It's just so stupid. That rule's got to change.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's stupid. Like when Yao Ming won it and he never even played a game.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
Or when
but then
Magic
you look at
Johnson, he was out the whole season.
Yeah.
And he got voted.
And then you look at Westbrook. You've got who else did we have?
Guards.
Curry,
and then the guy from Dallas, their pickup, Ellis.
Yeah,
Monte Ellis.
he's not
He's
in that
close. He's
consideration.
borderline.
But there's like 6 All-Stars at the guard.
Or not Conley, the guy from Golden State.
Ellis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Ellis.
Golden
but
State.
Curry.
Curry, yeah, Curry.
Sorry.
So there's about 6 guards and Tony Parker.
Tony Parker. You got to put Parker. And that's why Lillard's probably going to get screwed. But after last night, he's getting considered. Last 2 games. But last night's when he really got that national attention.
Yeah.
So that might have given him a chance, throwing him in there. Because when you look at all these players, he is by far the most clutch guard right now. 4 game-winning shots this season, 2 back-to-back. No, Tony Parker hasn't done it this season. Monte Ellis hasn't. Stephen Curry hasn't done it. Nobody has. Westbrook has it. Westbrook's a turnover machine.
Yeah.
So how can you leave Lillard out? And then you look at the Blazers' record; it's the best in the Western Conference, is it not?
And most
so
teams that have a number 1 seed going into the All-Star break get 2 players.
Right. So there's your 2 players.
Yeah. But it's going to be tough.
I don't care
guard
if he
is not
starts.
going to
I
make
just
it?
want him in there. What
guard's not going to make it in there of those guys? Westbrook, Curry.
I just wish
Curry got snubbed last year.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they snubbed him again this year?
Yeah, maybe Westbrook gets snubbed.
I don't know.
He's having a good season, but I don't think
the only benefit could be is if Kobe decides he doesn't want to play.
that would be nice.
Yeah, because then that leaves.
But
to 5
he
guards.
wouldn't do that because he's a hog.
Yeah.
Just
But
like
he may feel like, hey, I need to rest my body and get ready for everything. But not that he's played a lot of games this year. So
I just love Lillard. You know what was the most fascinating stat about him yesterday? It wasn't the 36 points. It wasn't that he was going opposite of Kyrie Irving. 10 assists to go along with the game-winning shot, 36 points, all the three-pointers. The whole fourth quarter, he dominated. And that's what you need to look at, the bigger picture when you're going to vote All-Star. Look at the bigger picture, clutch time. Like I said, him and LeBron James, best field goal percentage. Look at the fourth quarter. Look at game-winning shots. How do you not put this guy in? Then look at the Blazers' record. I understand if they're around 500, maybe you snub Lillard. But with the record at 22-5, the best in the Western Conference, they beat all the good teams. Everyone they play, they beat Oklahoma City, beat San Antonio, they beat Indiana.
Yep.
What more do you want from the guy?
Damian Lillard tonight, 36 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
Oh,
Another great
He's
game.
getting in
7
there.
of
He's gonna get in
14 on 3-pointers.
I know. I was listening on the radio.
Ridiculous. LaMarcus Aldridge,
so
15
hot.
points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists.
But
so.
see, I love that stat right there from LaMarcus, the 14 rebounds.
Yeah.
Remember last year it was like 6, then 10,
8,
then 5,
yeah.
then 8, then 11, then 9.
Yeah.
He's been consistently between 11 and 15.
Yep. He's doing a great job.
That's what we all complained about is the one knock on LaMarcus Aldridge. Is he tough enough? Maybe he's a little too soft. He's 6'11", 250, 255. He should play bigger. He should play stronger. That's why you're getting this LaMarcus, the leadership. And I think all of this is the addition of Robin Lopez, the confidence that LaMarcus has. Maybe he's more satisfied. But having Lopez in there who's helping out on the offensive rebounds, who provides a much better paint defender, rim protector than J.J. Hickson did last year, it's making a big difference.
It is. And, I don't know if you know the last, on the 15th, all players that were signed over the offseason became eligible to be traded. So there's a really big spot here between the 15th and the 19th because players have to be traded by the 19th in order to be repackaged before the playoffs, before the trade deadline. So, you're going to see a guy like a Sheik from Houston. He'll be traded in the next couple of days.
Yeah,
The
Blazers aren't interested.
The Blazers are interested, but I just don't know if they have the pieces.
That's why they're not
going
interested.
to. They're not going to trade
give
Lopez up.
Why would you do that? Why would you break up your chemistry, your nucleus, the cohesiveness?
Yeah, but you could look at a guy like Spencer Hawes. I think that they would be. They're gonna look at some guys down low to kind of help bolster that. Although Freeland has been playing great.
6'10", though, he's a little out of position at center, even though he's still
did.
well.
But did you see him up against Bynum and then against Drummond?
Yeah, they didn't.
He held
that well.
He
held his own
ground.
absolutely. But if you can get another guy, because
and move him to the 4.
Move him to the 4,
and then you don't have to worry about Robinson.
Exactly,
because he's a wild card.
I like Robinson.
He is a wild card, though.
But it just so sucks that Myers Leonard couldn't develop.
Yep.
That he couldn't just improve significantly like every single player we just named on the Blazers, where he could have been that guy, where you didn't have to make one of these trades.
Yep.
If he would have been able to learn how to consistently rebound and defend the paint a little better, he's just so clueless still.
Yeah. And if the Blazers do make a move during this season and they go get someone who has an established name, and I would guess Myers Leonard is going to be the trade chip to get him because they're going to want someone with potential.
Or maybe Robinson might be. I feel bad for him. He would be.
No, I don't think that Robinson will have the value.
Well, Houston wants a power forward.
Yeah, but he came from there.
Right. Oh, that's right.
So they're not going to trade
that's
that
not going to happen.
Him.
Well, he might want Freeland.
Yeah, that would be if Freeland would be the because he does have the ability to step out to 15 and hit that little jumper. He's proved that over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that
a
he
little
can hit that
inside
little 15.
game, and he's an ascending player.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I remember when that rumor first came out with the Sheik possibly going to Portland. They talked about Wesley Matthews, some package deal.
No, they're not going to trade any starters.
No, never.
The only rotation player that I could see them trading would be, and I don't even know if Wright, because they don't really have anybody behind him right now. They could play maybe Crab there, who in his limited playing time, he came out and I think he's 5 for 5 on 3-pointers. He can shoot the ball. It sounds like he's really lost on defense at this point, though.
That's a problem.
Yeah, so that's why he's not getting any playing time, and that's why Barton's playing a little bit ahead of him.
Right.
So, but I think the only guy who's in the rotation right now who could possibly be traded would be Freeland, just because if they're going to get another big back, they're going to have to give up something. And Freeland has shown that he has some value,
and he can run the floor.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah.
Isn't it amazing? They're 18-0 when winning the third quarter. That stat is just. It's exuberating. 18-0. I think 18-1 today because I know they won the third quarter. That's when Lillard was going crazy, hit like 3 threes in a row. So,
35-29 in the third quarter.
Yeah, they won. They finally lost the game by winning the third quarter.
Yeah.
But isn't that great? Terry Stotts, got to give him credit for making some halftime adjustments.
So this is their quarter by quarter. Portland 22, Minnesota 31 in the first. Portland 21, Minnesota 38 in the second.
That was it.
And then it just completely flips. Portland 35, Minnesota 29, Portland 31, Minnesota 22 in the third and
they were
quarter,
up a lot more than 6 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the third, they gave up a couple.
Yeah, they did. So,
stuff.
And just an FYI, tomorrow night, some people over at Rip City 2, which is a forum that I frequent. We're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to be talking some Blazers. So if you want to tune into that, we will be doing that live from 5 to about 6. So you can tune in there. It would be we'll have a link on PortlandSportsBeat.com. You can listen if you want to get some more Blazer talk. We got some guys. We're going to be talking about the cap. We're going to be talking about trades, possibilities. We're going to delve into that center position and kind of see what's out there for the Blazers and if there are some moves out there that make sense. So we'll be talking about that. We're going to be talking about LaMarcus Aldridge versus Kevin Love again. So there's a lot of stuff out there.
Aldridge.
Yeah, and All-Stars. We're going to be talking about who should be on the All-Star team. So we'll be talking a lot of Blazers. We'll have about an hour and a half of Blazer talk. So tune into that, PortlandSportsBeat.com tomorrow.
And then Friday, we go to Grand High School for some high school basketball. I will be on the call with DeLove.
DeLove, yes.
DeLove.
Yes, and we got some, we can't, nothing is official yet, but stay tuned to PDX SportsBeat. That's our Twitter account. We're going to be having an announcement hopefully here in the next day or two. If you are a fan of high school basketball, we got some big news that we're hopefully going to be able to drop here in the next day or two. Some big time things happening, so it's going to be pretty exciting. So make sure that you follow us on Twitter. Brad, what's your Twitter handle?
At Brad's 56.
And I am PJ Miller 16. So make sure you follow those. Always, you can get all of our content at PortlandSportsBeat.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/Portland Sports Beat. So that you can hit us up on all of our social media. We always interact with people. And we got lots of great tweets. Lynn has been handling a lot of our Twitter stuff, and she's been doing a great job of interacting with people. And Brad and I get on there, and we talk with people as well. So if you got something interesting to talk about, we'll definitely hit you. We're talking a little football this weekend. I was calling Brad. I was like, "Hey, how about my Dolphins call?"
Yeah, now look
year?
at they're not number 16
Yeah,
anymore. I said,
then
just wait,
Baltimore.
it's early.
The Baltimore comes in and
comes in.
takes
That's
it
right.
back. Yeah,
It's the NFL,
but I'll
man.
stay with them. I'll stay with them.
Stick
Just
with
like
them. They're
doing
great.
Just like Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I actually have Philbin as my number 2 head coach of the year right now after Andy Reid.
Yep.
5-2 since that debacle with the Richie Incognito, Jonathan Martin. That's some great coaching there. They went to Pittsburgh, beat New England.
Where do you think Chip Kelly sits on that list?
Around third, fourth.
Yeah, that's where
Maybe
I put
fourth.
him.
I think I put Pete Carroll ahead of him. I'll take Pete Carroll ahead of him.
Their division is horrible, so they get a little bit of
It
it.
is
What about
it is
Rivera
horrible.
from Carolina?
That was the other guy. Maybe I'd put him over Pete Carroll just because we already know they were loaded defensively and Russell Wilson and offensively. It's really hard, but I think this is an Andy Reid, Philbin discussion. Everyone was questioning Philbin. They wanted him out. They said, how can he not know? He should be fired. 5-2, beating some really good teams.
Well, and then they came out that he actually wanted Incognito gone earlier in the year, and so
things always come out.
Yeah.
We don't always get the gist of the whole situation. That's the
All
problem.
right, let's take our last break here, and
you know what's coming up though?
Ooh, what's
Judge
the time
Stein is back. What do you think? Should the referees be full time or part time? We're going to discuss that.
I'm ready to argue with someone and win some battles.
Natasha's coming on. Counselor Natasha back on Judge Stein. He's back. Your turn to judge.
I like working on the sports beat because most of the high school athletes don't have quite the ego that some of the professional athletes have.
Keon, thanks for coming on SportsBeat.
Yeah, thanks. I'm humbled to be here.
And cut.
Hey, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Kenyon, here are your blue M&Ms.
I said Jesuit colors only. Green. Get that Laker blue crap out of here. And it's Keon.
Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant. Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art, faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic. Celebrating 50 years of exceptional health care, Maryville provides skilled nursing care, inpatient rehabilitation, and memory care. We provide a warm living environment and stimulating social activities for our residents. Learn more at maryvillenh.org. At Maryville, your family is our family. Maryville, celebrating its 50th anniversary of service with love. Valley Catholic High School will host its 2013 open house on Sunday, October 13th from 1 to 4. Valley Catholic, the 2012 and 2013 winner of the Oregonian Cup, Oregon's top 3A school in academics, activities, athletics, and sportsmanship. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Educational excellence that honors the unique gifts of each student. That's Valiant.
All right, we are back here, Central Hotel, St. John's in North Portland. I am joined by Natasha Haynes. We're getting ready to do a little battle here as Judge Stein gets ready. Are you ready to go?
That's right, PJ. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
I'm a little scared because I don't want you to yell at me. I might cry.
I'm going to take it easy on you,
Okay.
I promise. As long as
No
you
holds
promise
barred.
to take it easy on me.
Yeah, no holds
It'll be
barred.
a
No holds
mutual,
barred.
mutual thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're out here at the Central Hotel, and it's a great little venue out here. I know you got to talk to the owner a little bit earlier, and we were back there playing some ping pong. I know that you were back there playing some ping pong earlier.
Yes.
It's pretty fun, isn't it?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Did
this
you
is-
win? Did you win? I know
We
you were
didn't-
playing against Brad, so you guys didn't get.
We didn't keep score. We just kind of were hitting it back and forth.
Gotcha.
So we both were pretty terrible. So
It's harder than it looks.
it is pretty hard. But I know that Brad is waiting right now. So so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wait for as tell me to see.
Oh, well, thank you.
Kissing up to yourself.
Not only do I
I
have a
think that-
rose, but I have like shrubbery to go
Yeah.
with it.
I think the show has hit a whole new level just now. Wow.
Well, hello, counselors.
Now I feel like we're on The Bachelor
there.
or The Bachelorette.
You won a rose.
I got a rose. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Where's my rose?
I'm hanging out for a while. Oh, PJ.
Brad doesn't like me.
Rose to ping pong.
All right.
All right, kids. Everyone rise as you now join my court. It's in session now. Please give me your right hand. Right hand, do you swear to tell the truth? Nothing but the truth, so help the sport of law.
Yes.
The truth.
Okay,
The truth shall set us all free.
Okay,
Here we go.
beautiful. We're going to start with case number 1, counselors. NFL referees are struggling. They're making so many mistakes. Happens every year, but it's been highlighted this year. To fix this problem, the NFL needs to get these referees to work full-time. Not part-time, they need to be working full-time, studying the off-season, taking classes and studying to catch up with all these rule changes. Who's prosecution?
You know, Brad, I have to take your side on this. I think that it's
Are you
and
going to be the defense?
I am. I'm going to be the defense because I think consistency is important here. It's an important factor. People need to know that and I think in order for people to be motivated to learn more about their job, to learn more about what they're doing, they want to know that they're in it for the long run. So I think that it's important to make these people full-time.
Okay, prosecution.
Poppycock. It's ridiculous. These guys are professionals. They've been doing this for a very long time. Most of them have been doing it for 10, 15 years. They know the rules. Yes, there have been rule changes, but they have lives outside of it. They don't pay them full-time employees. They pay them as an off-season, and they do a great job. Football is a very, very hard job, and being a referee in those things. And I don't know that doing it full-time and going to class them all that much. I think the only thing that would help them would be to do more games and have some sort of training system like a farm system that would help bring them along, would help them immensely more than being full-time employees.
Anything to add, defense?
You said training. I mean, so you agree with having them go through a training period. So in a way, you could look at that as being full time, because to ref games and to train on top of that, I mean, that's taking on a big load. To me, that says full time.
Anything to add?
Yeah, they don't do a game every weekend. They have off weekends, so there is time for them to do that during the season. They have all of preseason. That's when a lot of referees who go from college to NFL, they do those games so that they can learn the NFL game. They have a lot of time to do all of that training.
All right. The judge has made a ruling. I'm going to side with the defense. I agree. A training system. I like that idea. Have more. Make it full time. They should be in classrooms. They should be out there in simulation to get better. You said it might help a little bit. Well, a little bit might make all the difference in the world. Just a little bit. That might be one less screw up that doesn't cost the team a playoff berth or a Super Bowl title.
Instant replay, that's what it's for.
And so you can't replay all penalties holding. This game will be 8 hours. You know that counts for PJ. I'm ruling in favor of the defense. Case number 2, the strike zone in the National Football League. Thigh to chest. They're thinking about incorporating this. This is necessary to make the game safer because so many players are getting hurt. They're busting their ACLs, PCLs, MCLs. Who is the defense?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna say that I don't agree here. I don't agree, because football is a dangerous sport. It always has been. There are more dangerous sports out there. We can point our fingers at rugby. I'm going to make a weird analogy here. When people started smoking cigarettes, everyone was smoking cigarettes because it was the cool thing to do. Everyone wanted to smoke cigarettes. When it could finally be proven that cigarettes were dangerous, still to this day, people are smoking cigarettes. It's going on. It's still happening. So now that we find that football is becoming dangerous and these people are having concussions and this and that is happening, and it's proven that football is not necessarily a safe sport to play. It's not safe. But people are still playing it, just like people are smoking cigarettes. And so I think when you step into this game, you know what you're doing. Just like when you pick up a cigarette, you know what you're doing to yourself.
I totally disagree. There needs to be this zone. They're already taking away the headshots, and now if you've noticed this season, there are a lot more penalties and a lot more knee injuries coming about. And so they need to take this, and a knee injury is a season-ending and possibly a career-ending injury, whereas a headshot could be a couple of games and then have long-term effects. Both of those are very, very bad things to happen. They need to make it, and they need to make it clear to these players where you can hit somebody at, because when you leave it open, that's when there becomes problems. If they say, hey, you can hit between the chest and the knee, then everyone understands what they can do, and there's no question about it. Lay it out there, black and white, what they can do.
Anything to add, Counselor Natasha?
Just that I think that's incredibly tricky in this sport. I think that would be incredibly tricky. The more rules you add, the more complicated it gets. So, I mean,
Makes it harder for the referees.
correct.
Anything to add, Counselor?
Adjustments. They've already adjusted to the head collisions in like not even a full season. So they'll make the adjustments if the penalties are called.
Excellent point. Yes, the NFL is all about evolving and adjusting. They have done so, and they will continue to evolve and make this game safer. You can't have these players getting hit in the knees and ruin their careers. Excellent point. There are too many knee injuries. That equals a career. Career equals something called money and longevity, and these players don't want that. Make the strike zone, make the game safer so we can have this for the next 50 to 100 years. I'm Judge Stein, and the judge has spoken.
Hypocrite. I'm going to call you a hypocrite.
Why?
Because of baseball. You said that it was okay for.
I just liked your rulings, but you said you should take it and just shut up. Yes, football is physical enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's gonna about do us. That's our last topic and our last spot for the day. We want to say thank you very much to the people out here at Central Hotel. They did a great job of hosting us and providing us with some food and drinks. And if you got some time, this is a great place to come check out. Like I said, if there's a Blazer game, they got a lot of TVs in here. They got some poker over there, some slots, or the video poker that you can go play. They got ping pong tables. They got pool tables. They got a big open area over here. They do some jazz, some dinner jazz
And
as well.
we have Mama Natasha Haynes back there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Enjoying.
That's right.
So make sure if you're in the area, come check out Central Hotel here in St. John, just right off of Lombard, right next to the cinema. Up here in St. John, so definitely a good time. You can even the Burgerville parking lot is right next door. So if you find the Burgerville, you know you're in the right place. So any parting words, Natasha?
Farewell, my friends.
Yeah.
It's
Go
been fun.
Blazers.
Go Blazers.
Go Blazers.
It's just one loss, not a big
Just one
deal.
loss. Yeah. They'll rebound.
This Sunday is going to be the best Sunday NFL all season.
Yeah. Lots going on. Yep.
A lot of
So-
divisions up for grabs.
Quick recap. Tomorrow, podcast, Portland Sports Beat 5 to about 6:30. Friday, we're going to be doing, we're going to be out Grant and Southridge, right?
Yep.
Go
Grant
Generals!
Southridge, yeah. Grant alum right here. We're going to have that game Friday. And keep following us on Twitter, at PDX Sports Beat. If you're a high school sports fan, we got some big news dropping probably tomorrow or the day after. So make sure you're following us on Twitter, and we'll let you guys know about that. So thank you very much to everyone. Thanks to the crew out here. We can't do this without them. So we want to say a lot of thanks to all of them.
Thanks to them, and keep eating those sweet potato fries, crew.
Yes.
Eat more.
Thanks, and have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.